Well, today in Family at Home, we're helping you save money on Halloween and make things a little more spooktacular when you do it yourself. Brought in one of our favorites. We got Nancy Schneider joining us from the Manitoba Association of Home Economists. On the menu today, we have mummies, we have skeletons, and we have witch fingers.
Yes.
Looking forward to it. All right, so which one are we starting with?
Well, we're going to actually just start talking about what ingredients we're using.
Sure.
So this is just made with pretzel rods, the big ones.
That's what's underneath?
Or you can use the small ones as well.
Nice.
I've pre-dipped them just for time.
Okay.
And you just have melted chocolate. You can see here, these are the chocolate pieces.
When you buy them, they're in those that little shape there, and then you got to be careful melting them. That's the only issue, right?
Yes, at low heat. If you're doing it in the microwave, 50%, 30 seconds at a time, stirring constantly. Or you can use a slow cooker, or sometimes you can actually get an actual chocolate melter.
And that's what you ain't messing around, Nancy. I like that. So what happens if I cook it too hot or too fast?
It will seize, so it just becomes a solid blob. And if any moisture gets in there, same thing. It's unusable. It just becomes a blob.
So make sure everything's good and dried off before it goes in.
Make sure you don't use any moisture.
Okay.
So you just dip in your sticks. You can drip it over, and then you let them dry. They end up looking like this. Leave a little end to hang on to, or else your fingers will get all covered.
Okay, fair enough.
So I've done some in green and some in white.
Okay, for our bones and our witch fingers?
Correct.
Nice, nice.
And then you can use an assortment of items for decor.
Okay. Well, now we're getting into like things like the fingernails and stuff like that.
Yes.
And it gets kind of gross, which is the fun part.
Which is the fun part. So there's two different samples. So what we're going to do is you would, of course, normally use green.
Right.
Green
witch fingers.
for the finger.
Yeah.
And you would attach them when this is still moist. But because I only have one melter, you can choose what kind of fingernail you would like.
I think the slivered almonds make it extra gross.
Yes.
Because they actually fit. And we're just using the chocolate like glue, is that the idea?
Exactly. So you can just put a little drizzle on.
Nice.
And then attach your fingernail. And then you just have to let it dry. And do be careful, because chocolate is very hot when it's melted.
Yeah, especially if you're working with the kids, you got to be careful on that one, a little tricky.
Exactly.
Ew, that looks like a witch finger. Gross.
So we could also use one of these candies.
The candy corn?
Now, these I cut in half and just kind of squish to give it a different shape.
Okay, can I hold for you?
Sure.
Very nice.
Here we go.
Now, is there a trick for knowing how many chocolate those little pieces I need? Or do I just buy more? Just buy extras?
Just buy extra to eat.
When in doubt, go with it?
Exactly.
Very nice. Now, you've also got a neat technique, though, on the mummies.
The other one is the mummy.
Yeah.
So you can hold the mummy up, and that's just covering the stick in white chocolate.
Okay.
And then drizzling.
That's how you got those little ripples.
Side, and you just get some on, and you just go back and forth.
Oh, and that's how you got those little ripple techniques. Yeah. Ah, I see. So he gets his coating there.
And it doesn't matter thick or thin, it just adds to it.
It's mummy wrap.
It's mummy wrap.
Okay.
And then again, just let it dry, but you can see what it looks like there.
Nice.
And then for eyes.
Eyeballs.
You can use, I like the red.
I like it. I'll hold if you want to eyeball them.
And if you have other colored chocolates, you can certainly use that. But this is just sparkle gel that you can use on cakes. So just a little dot.
There you go. Make them extra spooky.
There we go.
And there you go, a little bit of creativity and a little bit of know-how, and you've got yourself a tasty treat. What an awesome idea. Quick, before I let you go, we've got the bones as well. How'd you pull those things off?
Yes. This one is actually just dipping the pretzel rod, and then you attach marshmallows.
Marshmallows on the end.
And then just put the covering over the marshmallow, let it dry. A little messier, but still works well.
Half the fun. Again, half the fun is making it messy as you go so that you can lick your fingers as you go and lick your fingers and have some fun. We'll put all the information for the Manitoba Association of Home Economists on breakfasttelevision.ca. Very cool. Coming up, you've got a craft for us as well. We're making
a pumpkin.
A ducked pumpkin?
A ducked pumpkin.
I have no idea what that is, but we will find out coming up on Breakfast Television. Right now, let's check on the weather conditions. Let's say good morning to Jenna Kahn. Breakfast Television. We've got some crafty, fun ideas for Halloween to get you and the kids in the spirit. We had Nancy Schneider joining us from Manitoba Association of Home Economists. We're making a ducked pumpkin.
Yes.
Awesome idea. I love it. So we took the stuff that's in the back of the dryer.
Yes. This is the white vinyl kind of stuff, but you can also use the aluminum.
Okay.
And you need 2 feet. So you would cut a 2-foot piece, which is what I've done here.
And voila.
And then you paint it. So because this is vinyl, you can just, yes, please. You can just use regular paint, craft paint.
Okay.
And of course, stretch it out. Have the kids help you with this part.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
They can paint it and let it dry. If you're using the aluminum, you'll need to spray paint it.
Oh, to make it adhere more.
Right.
Okay.
So then I would suggest you don't have the kids do that.
And yeah, exactly. And you can cut it from the back of the dryer. The odds are you've got more than you need anyways.
Probably. And you will need pliers to cut through the wire because be careful here. There is a wire in there that you'll need pliers to cut.
That's the trick. It's a little bit, you got to be a little careful with it because you actually have to get through that wire.
So you want to, if you're doing this with children, you want to be very careful as to what parts you let them do and what parts you do.
Okay. So I've cut, the kids have painted.
You've cut it.
We've got our accordion.
Yes. Does make some music.
Oh, it does. Not bad. Okay, we've got our accordion.
So now you're going to just turn it into a circle. Now I've put a twist tie in here just so that we're able to see it.
You're so smart.
I would suggest that you pre-poke the holes to make it easier.
I'll hold if you will.
On this side, I had pre-poked holes. There it is.
There it is, okay. We're a heck of a team, Nancy.
We are. So there we go. So again, I would use just regular wire so you don't have red sticking out or green. Right. So there's one. Would you like to try one on the bottom?
Oh yeah, we're gonna make me try. Okay.
So I would pre-poke a hole.
Pre-poke a hole. I was listening. And then the same thing on this side?
Correct.
Okay.
It just makes it a little easier.
Thank you.
Now I'll hold for you.
It's like an episode from MASH. When I'm done, nurse, you have to close. Your hot lips.
Oh, yeah.
I can be Hawkeye. There you go.
All right. So then we'll just pull this together.
And twist and twist and
it.
twist. And c'est bon.
Okay, now you'd probably want to put a third one, but then something you can do with the kids, go out for a walk, find some sticks, some leaves. That can be your centerpiece. You could have the kids make leaves out of paper, and then you can show off your artistic abilities.
Well, you know what? I like it just as you and I were talking earlier, if I may. You and I were talking earlier about using this as a centerpiece, and I just love it. It's simple, it's elegant, it's fun, it's beautiful. I don't know if it needs a face, but
certainly you can draw. You could glue on some felt pieces or some foam pieces. Whatever you have lying around your house, you can certainly use to embellish it.
There you go. There you go. How long to dry? When I get this thing slapped on and I'm letting the kids go?
Oh, it doesn't take long to dry at all. I would say for the entire thing, maybe a half an hour.
Oh, nice.
But because you're having to stretch it, you're going to paint and dry in pieces.
Right.
Or you're going to stand there and hold this thing stretched out for a half hour.
I think maybe that's where you grab some clamps from the garage.
Well, there's an idea.
Try to make things simple on yourself. And there.
It's weatherproof, so you can use it outside.
Very nice. Inexpensive, easy, and adds a little bit something more when you get to say Happy Halloween. We're going to put all the information on the Manitoba Association of Home Economists on breakfasttelevision.ca. Going to take a break. There's plenty still to come on BT. He's so cute. Yeah.